breath, and relax.
Namaste and la catch, my family, and welcome to Morning Coffee. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. How you guys doing out there across planet Earth? I am what you need right now. Okay, there's a lot of weird energies, weird dreams. What do we need? Rion in a damn cowboy hat. Giddy up. Listen, there's a lot of abundance and awesomeness inbound. You know, hey, Mr. T, welcome to the White Hat Brigade, bud. Take your hat. Welcome to the show, son. All right. So for all you guys out there, how you doing out there across planet Earth? I don't know, just hot fire. I don't know. I just feel things inside of my body. Okay? You know what I mean? I just feel things inside, deep down inside. I'm feeling all kinds of changes. Positive things. Awesome things. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm practicing the DJ stuff every single day. And what up to my brother Emery? Mr. Emery Smith, your host at Cosmic Disclosure, will be our host at Rise of the Guardians, May 8th through the 10th. Make sure you guys get your tickets. I told you we got All-Stars coming in hot. I told you. There's even more coming. This thing is nuts. My brother, we have surprises. Mr. Fisher, if you're in the comments, should we tell them some of the surprises for Friday or keep it a complete secret? You guys, we have big things for our presentation on Friday night. There is large stage things happening. This is not a normal conference. This is an experience. We graduated from conferences. So for everyone out there watching behind the scenes, good luck, Chuck. We're going to raise the bar again. Even though the bridge was fire, we're going up again. Why? Because our family deserves the best, period. I don't care. Our family deserves to have the best things always. With that being said, you know, how's everyone doing out there across planet Earth from here to New Zealand, out there in South Africa, out there, my Kiwis, my Aussies out there in Australia, my Scots out there in Scotland, my homies out there in the UK, the last hermit alive. Yes, you, Richard, out there in Ireland. on the western seaboard, boy. How you guys doing out there across Canada? Love you. You know, Jean-Charles Moyen. He's going to be there. Canada's in the house. Who else? Dude, JP. I mean, do you guys see the lineup? It's going to be nuts. So, Tone. For God's sakes, Tone. You know, Emily. Issa. Bill. I don't have the whole write-up. Listen, there's a lot of people. Okay. Barbara, Sheila, Shauna. You know, boom, boom, boom. You know, myself. For goodness sakes, man. I'm going to be doing a new presentation for you guys. Going to be working on that. Banks. For God's sakes. David Starr, another Canadian coming in hot up in the polar region. What are we doing? We're getting the A team together. We're getting everything situated. We're getting everything hot fire because there are great changes coming inbound. And I'd like to say for all you guys showing up and visiting all the vendors and all the great speakers we're going to have, the main thing is the unity thing. I really want the unity thing. I want you guys all coming in together. Take advantage of our Black Friday sale was extended till I think the end of this month. It doesn't count the tickets, however. We are good on the tickets. All products. Use the coupon code Black Friday, baby. Black Friday. All right, let's go ahead and show all the awesome comments out there. Let's go ahead and show it, brother. Listen, Dallas is about to get their stock exchange in about, I don't know, 2 weeks. You ready? Who's ready for the QFS? Who's ready for asset-backed currency? Who's ready for undoing 150 years of bullshit? You know what I mean? I am. I don't know about you, but get some. No, I'm just kidding. Get some asset-backed currency. Big what up to my brother, Chief Russell Gould. Listen, I got to get you a white hat, bro. Chief, you definitely need a cowboy hat, bro. What else? I don't know. We're popping. I don't even know what to tell you. All right. I mean, I'm watching everybody. I'm observing everybody. Let's talk about this. Okay. The energies right now, if you are a highly elevated or spiritual person, pay attention to your friends. Pay attention to your environment. Pay attention. Make sure you guys are saging and clearing before you come home. If you guys are out in public, there's a lot of weird things trying to follow you home. No, it may not be your partner's fault per se, but if you have a little ball of light, it could be a male or a female, all you divine masculine women out there, right? Pay attention because there's a lot of things trying to attach to the higher frequencies. They almost want you to be like dragged to the higher frequencies, right? So they're trying to hitch a ride into your frequency. Please pay attention to that. It's a real thing. I'm slaying demons. No, it's not a joke. Welcome to 1:30 to 3 a.m. last night in my reality. Hence the cowboy hat. Okay? Listen. Speak softly. Carry large stick. That's how we roll. Okay? For all this white hats out there. Hi, name's Rion. Red Sands of the West. We're not all out there in D.C., okay? All right. Or on a ranch out there next to Bush. Some of us actually have to work. No, I'm just kidding. So besides that, how you guys having fun out there? Listen, I'm drinking my lemon tea right now. This is lemon tea for my throat. Okay, so everyone calm down. Listen, the outfit's fire. I'm going to try. I want to play music. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to get some cards. If you guys have any specific questions, let me know. 3i Atlas is activating your dormant DNA. Okay? I'm not going to name drop on some of this information, but let's just be clear. No fear whatsoever with the 3i Atlas. I love some different... let's just say this. All right, you want to channel some stuff? Let's channel some stuff real quick. Who you think is on that ship is based on your polarity and your true nature. If you think there are negative entities on the ship, is there something negative in you that is hoping that there is something negative on the ship? Where are you getting your data? Where are you compressing your data from? What grounds do you have to actually be in any sort of rendition of vibration rather than the vibration you wish to be in? So that being said, pay attention to all those you guys peddling fear. That's why these people keep getting popped and cooked and kicked out of here. You guys stay in your heart, stay in your lane. What else? 3A Atlas is a ET cruise ship in this hologram You got beings showing up, doing spot checks like a carnival cruise. I already told you guys this. They're activating, they're sending DNA activation and activation, solar activation codes to our sun. Our sun and the ships are talking back and forth. They're doing updates, firmware updates, hence solar updates. Are they calculating a flash? Potentially. We've already had many flashes. The Schumann's been going all over the place. Okay, so just pay attention to that. I do not see it as a negative thing whatsoever. Yeah, whatsoever. What else is cool? We're going to be seeing a lot more interaction and a lot of speed picking up, not only with the financial system, but energetically. That's why I'm telling you guys it's so important to stay in your inner child and stay positive. Some of your night side higher selves are going to be losing their shit. Do not be in that graduating class. Steer clear. Try to stay positive. Okay. I got enough beings, higher selves, whining and complaining. And the thing is that you got to make a choice. You can't take all of your worldly assets into heaven. When you grow, you have to sacrifice certain things. I know I have, first and foremost. When you do a shadow integration, you may lose friends. Why? Because there were versions of you, or the frequency you were at, right, was more like the frequency of your friends. If you shed that shadow or integrate that version of yourself and you start moving up, right, that ladder, right, to a higher frequency, to a higher dimension, to realize that you are going to not spend as much time with people that are still at that resonance. Doing loops right now, if you guys are watching me right now, you know, we're not doing loops over here. A lot of us starseeds incarnated to assist this planet to shift gracefully. I like to remind everyone of that, to shift gracefully. And we're doing the best job we can. I was having conversations with some of the, different modalities of Starfleet and, timelines. And I believe that this timeline is not only going to make it in the golden timeline, but a lot of beings, this timeline allowed a lot of beings to show who they really are and what their real motivations are and really what side of that line in the sand they stand upon. Are you on the gold team or the black team? What I'm trying to tell for you guys out here is this, the service to others is beautiful, but not if you turn into a martyr. You got to make sure you take care of yourself, your health, your wealth, your wisdom, your family, right? Your shelter. Take care of yourself first, because if everyone, you have to have some sort of survival skills, at least for the time being. Okay. The service to self thing, though, also runs out of gas when other people get assets. They're going to see exactly who these people are. And these people don't have friends now. I got friends like this right now. They actually don't have any friends. They have employees. Those aren't friends. Friends are the ones that show up for you. Friends are the ones that show up and bail you out of jail when you're too embarrassed to call your mom or your daddy. A real friend. So maybe you guys out there who have real friends know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. There's something in us that we want that true version of ourselves to shine once again. And here's the thing with it. Listen, it's not personal. Let's be real honest about what this is. When you go through, I don't know, I've been through like 7, ladies and gents, but you go through a couple shadow integrations. What does that mean? That means your 4D night side is integrated into your suit and you are starting to process and operate. So that version of yourself can't take control of your suit. Rather, you are cooperating with a shadow version of yourself. That's why they call it shadow integration. Shadow integration happens throughout space-time. It's not just this life. Sorry. The universe is not that simple for your 3D chemical computer. It's not. It's more than what you can see with the biological eyeball seeing at 35 frames or 30, whatever, 29 frames a second. Sorry, it's more complicated than that. There are parallel realities and then there are other dimensions that also have parallel realities that are all plugged into this hyperverse, right? This solar verse, this universe. So pay attention to that in the sense of there are many things happening simultaneously. I know you guys are having dream time. I am not even having dreams. I am literally lucid, cohabitating in 3 different dimensions simultaneously. 1 parallel reality and 2 higher dimensions every single night. I don't want to even call it dreaming. I'm seeing and processing and doing things my 3D human brain has never seen on this planet. Never seen in a sci-fi movie. Never seen these people in my life ever. I mean, if you have you're meeting 100 people off a starship and they're sitting at you like, hey, how you doing down there? And you're like, just listen, just keep the questions one at a time. It's been a shit show. We're doing it. How are you doing? That's my real question. Did you take long enough time? Us down here on the front line on the ground, my family out there, you pay attention to the importance of your position and do not give that position up for anyone or anything. You have earned that. Let me explain. Some of you guys, we're getting frustrated and we have resentment. Let's talk about this for a second. Why are we resentful? Collective's moving too slow and we're awake. We're not seeing the world change in the way we are wanted to manifest. Okay, let's just play with this resentment game. This is the seat you hold right now. The reason why you want to stay in this game and you don't want to cower in the corner and you want to stand on your own 2 feet and you want to speak your mind, speak your truth, and speak your will, for those deeds, wills, and actions are recorded in heaven. Keep it real simple. Heaven can be a higher dimension. We're using vocabulary terms, okay? That being said, all of this trials and tribulations that you have gone through, you have earned, okay? You went to boot camp. We all incarnated on this planet. We all went to kindergarten, middle school, high school. We all did the, puberty dance, let's just call it. Oh my God. You're like a junior in high school. You're like, should I ask her to go to the homecoming? I don't know. I'm so nervous. We've all gotten real emotions. Emotions. Why is emotion so important? Emotions are why all these ET, weird, nerd, Spock, what's that one planet they all come from? Tall whites are from, I don't know. Besides Ganymede, that's not really a planet, it's a moon. But what I'm trying to say is what are they trying to find? They're trying to find the soul. Well, how do you find the soul? Emotions. Emotions are directly correlated with the soul. The power of an emotion is unbelievable. It is like nitrous. It is like the sun exploding. If every single person on this planet at the same moment had the exact same emotion, hopefully love, instead of some great weirdo catastrophe like we had in Atlantis, Atlantis is sinking, whatever that is. We've all gone through the horror stories of this shit. But if we actually said ascend, 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 it would send shock waves across the entire collective of this planet where the demons would be shaking, scared shitless. That is how much power you have in your soul that you're carrying around every day in your beautiful body. It's not a toy. It's one of the most coveted things in the entire universe. That soul you possess is very powerful, precious, and unique to you. So, that being said, why I named this video Stand Your Ground is because we have earned our right at the table. We have earned our seat. We are eternal beings, and I do not care about this fake history of 150 years these weirdo reptilians wrote on papistry and convinced the rest of the world of. Even the way back to the 1700s. I'm just talking about the financial thing in the United States. All the way back to Columbus bullshit. Anything really related to King James and that freaking Bible, bro, when they just ripped all the Gnostic teachings of Yeshua out of it. And you guys got to question yourself. I got to be real honest with you. What was the first book King James ever wrote? Google it if you don't know this. He wrote a book on demonology. That was his first thing he published. The second thing he published was the King James Bible. How many truths were kept out of that damn book? Logically. What I'm getting to, there are much older versions inside of yourself that remember the truths of our past. The real truths that vibrate through your skull when you're invoking energy. Like I did last night when we were smashing on demons. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Follow that strength. That strength is who you really are. It's not the weakness. Some of us hide from our power. Some of us hide from our strengths. Some of us had past lives like the Essenes where we spoke the truth and we know the truth and we were persecuted for it. Okay? I'm just getting to a place now in this video game that there's something in me that just wants truth. I want light, truth, compassion, kindness, and happiness and joy. And anything other than that will just step right over your weeds to that sunset or that sunrise. The people that continue to do the negative, weird stuff, they become the weeds of the universe. And let me explain something to you, ladies and gents. The weeds of the universe are never written down or remembered. Doubts and fears are never recorded in heaven. They're seen as a virus. Do you take your notebook and write about the flu? Or did you wake up in your dream journal and you're like, hey, today I woke up with the sniffles. I've coughed 13 times since I woke up. I got a little tickle in my throat. Is that what you guys write about when you wake up in the morning, bruh? I don't. We're walking through this game regardless of the controls on this planet. I just want to keep it 100 with you and kind of shake that whole rug we're standing on and go, remember why we incarnated and why we're here. So that's what I wanted to share that with you. Pick each other up. I love you very much. We're kicking ass. Okay? That's got to be real. So tip your boatman on the way. Tip your boatman on the way out. All right? Now let's have some fun. You guys ready for some cards? All right. I got to play some music, man. So there's something else going on inside you guys. I just want you to know. Let's get to some card time. Any specific questions you have? I didn't even look, you know. Stand your ground. That's what's up, man. Stand your ground, ladies and gents. Stand your ground. Listen, I kind of like the demons. Look, they're fun. A demon is kind of like a dog that's not potty trained. Like it's cute until it shits in your living room. Demon. Oh, shit. A demon is kind of like a dog that's not potty trained. What do you mean? It's all fun and games until it takes a big shit in your living room and you got to clean it up. Demon. Okay? All right. Sorry. Just I had to. You know what I mean? I've seen them. Listen, I had to. I've seen them. I whacked 6 of them last night. I'm not pulling punches over here. If you guys are in Sedona, I love you. If you live in Sedona, go ahead and kick it up a notch. I don't know what my body count is out here, but I know there's a lot of powerful people in Sedona. Maybe not just hide in your house. Get involved. All right, here we go. 15,000 people live here. No, they don't. There's 2 million visitors and about 10,000 residents. And, everyone's just dropping everything off they bring in here, Are they broken? Are tilted, brother? I think I'm tilted, brother. All right. Let's go right into unicorns. I need some music. Any specific questions you guys are having? I don't think my sunglasses are tilted, are they? I think you're tilted, bro. Yeah. Oh my God, meet my night side. You're like, it just peed on the couch. Is that normal? Anyone? I'm just kidding. And like I said, dude, just lower unconscious beings. You guys are actually thinking about these things. There's all different types of realities, right? I'm not even trying to do like this Babylonian Wonka Tonka shit. What I'm trying to say is the elder version in you has already seen you graduate this level. Stick with that version. Not the one that gives you doubt, not the one that keeps you stuck on the couch, not the one that keeps you in depression and sorrow. Stick with the one that's like, hey, it's snowing outside. You're like, yeah. Hey, let's go put some 80s music on and watch the sunrise. Stick with that one. You know what I mean? Stick with that one. That's the one you want to listen to. What up? What up, Kate? That's right. I know. I don't even care. Should we just do it? I need. This is what I'm listening to, huh? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this. They wonder why. They're like, why do your videos only have so many views? I'm like, I don't know. I listen to music. I'm gonna jump into a tiger shark and just take a piece of Zuckerbucker when he's surfing. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Watch out for them tiger sharks, bruh. We're going to go to unicorns. Oh my God, my Nords. What do we got? All right. They're like, don't have it blocked. God, you know, this, it's like express yourself, but not too much. Speak your truth, but not too much. Be awake, but not too much. Don't have too much fun. All right. Time. All right, time. That's the first one. Time. All right. First card is time. From us Nords, it is time for this week coming up. You know what I mean? Listen, let me tell you about it. How's it like down there, Mike? Listen, man. We're good. We're going to pull some RV cards. There's a lot of great information coming out with different cryptos, gold, silver. Silver's like $62, $63. That is absolutely awesome. So it's pretty much tripled in value since when a lot of us got it. So, all right, next card is pride. So it's time and have pride. Have pride in who you are, okay? There's also some people out there that need to let go of the pride, right? Sometimes we have that is maybe negative, okay? Let go. It's okay to change. It's okay to adapt, all right? And it's only temporary, all right? Let's go to dragons. All right, dragons. Listen. Having pride and love for what you do is one thing, but having pride and being stubborn is another. So it's a strange word, pride. I mean, honestly, in the English vocabulary, let's be honest, pride could mean like, it could be there, or there. You know, like what type of pride are we talking about? You could say water. Well, what type of water are you talking about? You know, pride for your family, love for your family. There's just a lot of weird things. The English language has been heavily nerfed, okay, with what we're sharing here. All right. First dragon card is healing. Take care of yourself, ladies and gents out there. A lot of self-healing this week coming up. Healing, restoring hope. That's what we do for one another. All right. Healing. All right. Zim is super cheap right now. Yes, it is. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. That's not what I clicked on. Zim is super cheap right now. And yes, the U.S. needs 500,000 kilos of silver for its AI facilities. Not only that, did you guys hear what's actually in the ground in Venezuela? It's not just oil. It's gallium and a couple other metal components that is necessary for semiconductors and technology. I don't think we're leaving Venezuela anytime soon. So Venezuela might turn into like a little mini Iraq. And by the way, the guys that don't know this, Maduro didn't win his last election. He like stayed in power and like shot and killed a bunch of people. You guys might want to look about this guy Maduro. So I don't know, man. I think these are all just different agencies fighting each other. You know, the white hats versus the black hats and all that jazz. So, you know, zoom out and take a deeper look at it. Legacy for us dragons out there. Remember your legacy. All right. Persistence. You know, no matter what happens, what type of day it is, we get up and we do our best. Persistence. Okay. Have you thought of like demons as dogs? I don't know. I just get like a, you know, like you ever walk into your friend's house and they have that like little weird looking dog. Could be like a pug, like an old pug. It's kind of looking at you. You know, it's like, hey, you're like, oh yeah, that's that's Pookie. Hey Pookie, well, what's up with you? He doesn't do much. He just kind of sits there, you know. He likes to eat Cheetos. Really nothing going on there. You know, here's the thing about this. What's funny is this. To think that a lot of these beings that are down here are copies and fractals of original beings that have been down here for quite some time. Just say a couple 100,000 years. So every time you come down here, you have the light version and you create a shadow version. That code, that consciousness floats around, does all kinds of weird stuff. Even with the Nephilim and the organic and the avatar, not to break this thing down too simple, okay? Because where I'm going with this is kind of interesting. A real ultra-terrestrial upper dimensional being would sit there on the couch with a bunch of beings that would be at the same intelligence level compared to that being as your little old dog with its tongue out of its mouth peeing in the living room. People think that intelligence is something that just comes with age. It doesn't. Listen, intelligence plus experience equals wisdom. But there's a lot of beings that have been doing donuts down here. Just because you've been around or a disembodied spirit for eons of time, if your main MO is the same every single time, how much growth do you really think happens? Do you really think these beings are that intelligent? You know? You have to ask yourself, compared to what? I mean, compared to what? You could have an interstellar species that's been interstellar for 500,000 years. And you have a couple of them land on a podunk planet out here, kind of walking around, looking at everything. Their third eyes are on. They can see all the different dimensions. They can see all the beings walking around and go, wow, so different tiers or different levels of this dimensional game are also evolving. And then the overseer of the planet would go, yes, we have different classes of beings and different, graduating classes. And we think this particular group will take an extra 100,000 years compared to everyone else. And there's different variations of the school. So I'm just trying to say, if we are in a SimCity game and this is a holographic universe, pay attention to the different grades in the school, right? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anyways, there's a lot of different characters down here. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. Boom. Barbara. Big what up to Lisa. What up, Mr. Johnson? What up, Mr. Johnson? All I'm trying to say is a lot of different schools going on down here, man. You know what I mean? Just because you get a little older and you're not going, downtown, and going clubbing. Believe me, when you go down there, there's still 20-year-olds clubbing. You just chose to not go down there and start, you know what I mean? So, right. This is kind of interesting too with the prison planet thing. My thing is that what happens when prisoners of great power wake up and are not conscious and actually go after the controllers? Don't you think there are beings that were here before the fall? What about the beings that were here before all these weird species showed up that live in the inner earth? That are like allowing these beings to have an evolutionary thing on the surface of the planet because they know that it gets reset every 20,000 years or less. They're like, yeah, it's going to be a flood or a fire. Earth's crazy. You know what I mean? We got volcanoes and pole shifts like a clockwork. It's like Clockwork Orange down there. Go ahead and try it out. What I'm trying to say is that this whole planet shifts like a clock. So I just think that there's different reasons. The reason why this place seems so weird for us is obviously the duration of our lifespan. Okay? It's like asking a fruit fly what the meaning of life is. You're like, I'm born. I had sex. I went through a lot of shit and then I died. I don't know. How much time are we talking about here? I can promise you if we all had 700-year lifespans, none of these weirdos would be in charge. Zero. Absolutely niente, bruh. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. None of them. You know? Moving on. Listen. Are my glasses? I mean, they look straight. I don't know. Let's go to Divine Masters. Let's get a little Divine Masters out here, baby. All right, Divine Masters for this week coming up. I'm going to try to move through this. Try to hang in there, baby. First card is Paul the Venetian, Gifted One. Revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. Okay. Paul the Venetian. You guys out there are the gifted ones. Revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. All right. Boom. Paul the Venetian. Come on, Paul. Look, doesn't Paul look like a little hot little Palladian? Look at him. Hi, my name's Paul. That's my Earth name. I also go by Val Thor. I really like Venus this time of the year. I'm just kidding. Hey Val, where you at, bro? Just, asking for a friend. All you real... I'm not going to go in that conversation. Listen, got a lot of stories out there, ladies and gentlemen. Who's consistent? We showed up one time for 2 weeks and we really gave it our all. We've been here like 40, 50, 60 years. Just like, oh, you gave it your all? We're still here. We're still here. Oh, you visited for 2 weeks in the 60s. Do you want a gold star, kid? All right, just reality check for a lot of these beings out there that are thinking that they're saving the world, dude. Yikes. I gave it my all for 3.5 weeks. You should have seen me go. No, I'm just kidding. You should have seen the processing I did. I don't know. You guys we're here holding it together. You know what I mean? It's like we're watching a big theater show and you have like a guy that comes on stage and sings a song and then like leaves. You know what I mean? You're like, great, put your hands together for Val Thor. Oh. Hey, question, Billy Meyer. Just got a question. I mean, this is logical out there. I mean, since you were interacting with the Palladians for, 30 years and, you lost your arm in a bus, accident, God, and all those experiences you had, you don't think if they were really your family or your loved ones, you couldn't sit inside of one of their med beds on ship for about 12 seconds and, put your arm back together. Were they really violating galactic protocols, considering that the Greys are literally cloning humans under the ground in California? And the Draconian are eating them like chicken nuggets. So for all the people just full of whatever that is, minus the photography, I got to be real honest for you. You woke something else up in us. And all these stories, you're going to be called to the mat. All your interactions, all the things that you think you have done, it's going to be very interesting. You don't know who woke up on this planet and who's in some of these beings that I call my family. A lot of these interactions are going to be called to the mat. I just hope you guys are completely prepared to deal with answering to a real council. Okay? I feel like this planet's been managed by a bunch of teenagers. Next conversation, Lady Portilla. Okay? Just real common sense, guys. You get picked up every day for 5 hours. You can't sit in the chair and have them regrow your arm in 12 seconds. We're not doing that. You're going to walk around and type with one arm for the rest of your life. Are you really interacting? Just like the stories on this planet, dude. Overcoming limitations, karmic release, let go of the need to be right. Boom. Sorry, I just had some common sense shoot out of my mouth. I don't know what we're doing down here. Hey, I feel like Beetlejuice. Hey. Minus all the fanciful stories out there. If you were my lower self, I'd be like, hey, get him in the chair. Just don't say anything. Yeah, I can't have you walking around the house. There's my lower self, and you're just like gimped out. I type really fast with one hand. I'm sorry to take this to comedy level. I just can't with the bullshit on the planet. I can't do it. I can't do it. You got people breaking the law on these underground bases at all times. But when it comes to the light, you guys won't even grow back a guy's arm that you're talking to every fucking day? What kind of beings are you really interacting with? Maybe you're interacting with some, I don't know, some hybrid grays or something. Sorry to be so obvious, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? You got a gray and a reptilian on the back side and an all-seeing eye on the back of a dollar bill. If you fold the dollar bill a certain way, it looks like a reptilian. And you color it in. You fold it another way, it looks like a tall white. And an all-seeing eye on the back of the bill. So, what sort of rules or regulations are we really following down here, ladies and gents? This disclosure stuff that we need to get together and work on, it's going to come from you. It ain't going to come from an agency of control. These people in these agencies are still asleep. Who do you think is going to actually give them the content to even ask the right questions? It comes from you guys out there across the earth. Okay, I'm making jokes. We're having fun. This is for entertainment purposes only. But, I'm just trying to say, can we please, get it together? That's all I'm trying to say. Next card is Serapis Bay, Paradigm Shift. Activation to grow. Make the necessary change. Serapis Bay. Listen. I'm getting caught. Look, it's divine comedy, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I got people down here thinking the Realians is a real religion, you know? I got people thinking that they're Scientologists when they're just doing what Greys do. Are you clear? And you basically get a tax break and you're buying hotel chains. And you use the budget to make movies. I mean, okay, what else we got down here? I got a bunch of weirdo repping guys in the... Listen, we don't want to talk about the Vatican and the weird shit going on over there. I'm sitting down here like awake going like, how does anyone believe any of this shit? And they're like, oh no, he's really awake. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. I was like, where are we in carnival land? We're in carnival fantasy land. And now AI is your best friend. Here, have a Tesla bot and you can tell us everything. Speak about your emotions. Hey, are you channeling the Asadi? No, yes, I am. Why does it look like there's a 7-foot tall white behind you? We don't want to express our discontent. Gone, bro. They're going to wonder why some people get tapped on the shoulder like, you get ready to go? I'm like, bruh, 16 years of staring at the pink elephant in the corner of the room. I'm down here just monitoring, So there's different versions of yourself. Mind you, I was not who I am right now, obviously, when I first woke up. Not even close. But this version right now, don't do silly stuff. Ladies and gents, the elder version in yourself is soon to be behind the wheel. Again, there's no pointing fingers and being mean to anyone. You don't yell at kids, dude. Listen, it's like when you kind of energetically grow up. It's just like kind of having kids. I don't have kids. But imagine like you don't yell at a kid for spilling milk on the ground. It's like a little child. You're like, all right, let me get a rag. Please don't do that again, right? It's the same thing energetically when you become more consciously aware. Yeah, there's a lot of purging and understanding you have to do. But there's also something you have to realize that the beings doing these negative things are still beings that did not graduate last cycle, and they're doing similar things that caused them not to graduate in the last cycle 22,000 plus years ago, right? 23, 24. So anyways, kind of be like that is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's trying to learn from one another. Just, the head of the Israeli, if you guys don't know this, Google it too, or look it up. I don't even like saying the word Google, but you can look it up. What is it? The head of the Israeli military. He retired after 30 years. Like the Space Force type Israel version of that, the military. He says that Donald Trump definitely knows that there's ETs interacting with humanity and knows about it as a matter of fact, for sure. So, for all you guys still wrapping your head around that, not my people, right, that watch me, but yeah, there's some people are going to get a real shock and awe, Next question is, our next card is Third Eye Chakra, Pineal Perspective. For all my fellow Lemurians out there, Pineal Perspective. Hey, nice hat, cowboy. Giddy up. Giddy up. Giddy up on your own ascension, man. Yeah, Trump talked about releasing the med beds. Hey, if you guys have any insights, listen, the whole planet watching me from here to South Africa, listen. One, I love you on all platforms. Love you. Two, like, what's my kung fu? My kung fu is trying to seed your consciousness to just question your own reality and your belief system and try to open your mind to other interpretations of reality that in some cases make more sense than what you've been told down here, especially since you were programmed and hypnotized since you got here. Okay. That's all I'm trying to do. That's my MO. And do that in a comedic way. Okay. That's all I'm trying to say, babe. I don't have a dog in this fight in the sense I'm not trying to tell you this or that. What I'm trying to tell you is think about it for a second, that's all. All right. Lemuria. And then we'll do Lyrans, then we'll do the RV. Mahalo me, mahalo you. I can't. The Billy Myers story, I can't do it. It's just something in me. I can't do it, Fire. Solaris Sublime. Solaris Sublime. Okay. Solaris Sublime. Here's the thing. I know Billy really did have contact. I'm not saying he made that story up. What I'm trying to say is that what was the legalities of him not being able to do the arm? Now, was it karma from him being like a military guy and he took a bunch of lives and he had to pay karma? So they go, you lost your arm because after you leave this place, you get to go upstairs. We fix it. You have to pay that karma. I don't know what it is. I'm not dumb. And I assure the two women that repeat his story and regurgitate it over and over again. What I'm trying to say is that what is the brass tacks one-line sentence if a galactic command said, why didn't you regrow the guy's arm if you're interacting with the guy every single, once a week for 5 years? Let's just say in a portion of his life. What seems to be the issue? I don't get, the modality of this planet. Like, if we came from the galactic center as, galactic commanders and we actually have energy signatures to our avatars in the physical. If one of my friends and family out there, listen, let's be completely clear. If I was on a starship in orbit around Earth and you're on my crew and this guy's behind the wheel and something negative happens to you or you get sick, I'm definitely pushing a button and healing you from a spacecraft. Or I'm definitely sending healing modalities to you guys. I don't give a shit. They've been so ass backwards on this planet for so long. It's about time some of us start asking real logistical quality questions to these beings that even call themselves our light side. Okay? You gotta call shit to the mat, dude. And you can't put everything behind Jesus or Yeshua, right? There's other beings that are your male, female, light side, Lyran, Arcturian, Andromedan, higher selves that aren't Jesus. Okay? So obviously, Yeshua, my boy, Jesus, Yahweh, gold team, right here. Okay? But what's the rest of these guys doing down here? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if we're going to have all these dimensional versions and dimensional selves, start figuring out who's on your team and what they're good at and what they're responsible for. You might find that a lot of these beings are just holding on to you for dear life, or they consider you a battery that they want to keep plugged in so they can enjoy their reality in this time space. So, he be using adult words. Next cards. You're playing a basketball game. You're in 8th grade and you're playing a basketball game in the backyard. Okay? You got 5 players on your team. You got 5 players in the other team. You guys are going at it, right? When you're playing that basketball game, do you really need to call in Archangel Michael because you got fouled? I mean, do you really, the thing about this planet that's so strange to me, there's no middle ground. And the issue is that when the report doesn't come back fast enough or the energy doesn't hit fast enough, first of all, these are collectives. Michael is a collective. Not just one dude, bro. No one's just one dude down here in this fractal game. Okay? It's a collective. Just throwing it out there, sweetheart. All right, Lyrans. I know. I'm good. The answers shall set you free. Next card is Stargate Initiation. All right. Portals, power spots, get outdoors. You guys, there's a meteor shower tonight. Miss Ava wanted me to share that with you. A big meteor shower tonight. Get out there and enjoy it. Giddy up. Giddy up and get it. Yeah, listen, Michael, avenge me over me getting tripped in and they're like, bro, I'm here to protect you against demons. You got to call your lower selves or your higher selves for this shit. You know what I mean? I want you guys to know who's on your team because you can hold them accountable. That's what I'm saying. Do it with your eyes closed and your mind's eye. You don't need to have your third eye on or your heart, all this stuff. Just obviously heart on first, your energy body on, but it's really doing your mantras, feeling into the energy, right? And just really knowing thyself, okay? Me personally, I only call in the big boys unless I really need their help. I don't just call in beings like Crying Wolf. But if I call you, they show up because I don't call them all the time. So you use that or do with that what you will. Okay. I love you. Yes, med beds. Nice out, cowboy. Hey, listen. You know what I mean? Sedona, baby. Loving these cards. All right, let's keep going. What else? Yeah, I like the big guns. Listen, who doesn't like Mikael, Ralph? You know what I mean? Gabriel. Love you. There's a lot of people watching. They're like, I don't get it. Is he like, what's the deal? Like, is he spiritual? Is he like Christian? I'm like, listen, I got a lot of rad friends. I'm friends with Buddha. I'm friends with Shiva. I'm friends with Jesus. I'm friends with you basically if you're a Christed being. We're homies. Okay? I don't believe that if you're Buddhist and you're in Thailand, like those million kids that are meditating on world peace, I do not believe that all those kids go to hell because they don't believe in Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm not an imbecile. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm a Christed being, and I like to hang out with other Christed beings and their avatars in the different districts, and not only districts, but religions / languages and territories they represent. Every different territory on the planet has a different deity or a different Christed being. That's how I like to look at it. Okay? It's not one to rule them all. It's not like Sauron shit down here, dude. Anyways. There's only one. Infinite wisdom. Listen, here to hear first, folks. Mastery activated Akashic Records, explore deeper, infinite wisdom. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Do you guys really think like beings from Orion are like hitting their knees to Jesus? Do you really think beings in Andromeda are like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, save me? How about this? How about there is a group? Imagine the Christed beings are like this. You guys ever seen the movie The Green Lantern? Green Lanterns? Imagine the Green Lanterns, right? That movie. That's the Christed heart. Now listen, I'm just trying to give you guys a visual. Imagine, the Avengers, but really it's like the Green Lanterns. What is each Green Lantern responsible for? Each territory. Each territory, each planetoid, each population, each being. We are very lucky and gifted that someone as awesome as Jesus incarnated and actually came down here in a physical suit to share our trials and tribulations and really came down here just like one of us, okay? We're very blessed to have such a powerful, beautiful being to make that experience for all of us. And if he was here right now, I would just say, bro, missed you the entire time I've been here. I know that Jesus is always in my heart. I mean, a lot of people think that he's coming back. I hope so, bro. I am on that positive, dude, bring it, please. The whole brigade. I just want you guys to know how I really feel about it. So Jesus, just so you guys know, they might be on the fence. I don't know how you can be, but listen, he's the only dude that's actually shown up to me personally 3 times. Okay, 3 times Jesus came to me personally, and I was super pumped, and he was always supportive, and he always had my back. Out of all the deities on this planet, or whatever you want to call him, all I can say is, in this moment right now, he's the only dude that's not one of my higher selves, mind you, that has shown up for me 3 times in this incarnation, for sure. And probably 100 other times I can't remember in this little 3D popsicle suit. Okay? So that's enough for me. That's enough to make me a believer. The guy has shown up for me when I needed him, and he kicked ass, and he protected me, and that's all I can say. So everyone has their own relationship with Jesus, whatever that is for you. That's something that you need to, work on yourself. All right, let's go to the RV cards. I love Jesus. All right. I love Sophia too. All right. Let's go RV Intel. Boom. First card is First House, Arrival. So this week coming up, Arrival. For all you astrologers out there on Facebook, Rumble, Instagram, YouTube, all the different things. If you guys watch this live or watch this later, please put in what these means. Arrival, first house. Okay, for the RV. RV for me, it's expanded a little bit. It's not just foreign currencies. It could be crypto. It could be gold. It could be silver. We already know silver's crushing right now. What I'm trying to say is a financial reset. That's what we're talking about. So revalue. Okay. All right. Next card for the RV is He's like, I've shown up more times than 3. Listen. Whoa. We dropping numbers down here. How many you want me to say? He goes, more than you can comprehend. I'm like, well, you know what? That many times. Okay? Listen, I have really awesome babysitters. I love you. Thank you for believing in me as we all believe in each other. Okay? I know we're a bunch of, kids down here, or not kids, I don't like that word, but we're a bunch of evolving spirits remembering the peace that true compassion, love, and light truly brings. So we're all remembering that. Next card is Chiron, heal. Heal. All right, next card. So look, we got the heal. Chiron this week coming up. You guys could have a little sniffles like me. I don't know. They're trying to chemtrail out here. But Chiron, heal. Okay, something's being healed. So the arrival of the healing funds. Oh, healing funds. Arrival of heal. Okay. Next card is for the RV. Next card is there's discomfort right now because the old system is, right, collapsing, but also the discomfort in the old system, the old control system collapsing. Okay? And this was the other card, Jupiter, abundance. So, abundance. So listen, ladies and gents, this has to crush. This has to crash. Debilitated is literally the Swift system. This has to crash. Okay? Why? Because then we get the new QFS or the new, digital asset-backed currency, abundance, Jupiter. So just remember, we're in the process of that crash right now. Let it crash, dude. Some of us been waiting since 2017, like before there was a coup in the United States. We all had to sit there and just twiddle our thumbs for 4.5 years. Yeah, we're not all sleeping. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's see where you guys are punching in from. Why don't you guys go ahead and punch in? Listen. Punch in where you guys are watching from around the planet. And I'm going to go ahead and get us another card. That's when we're pulling an angelic card. I think we all need some angel cards, don't you? An angelic. Where are you guys punching in from? And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. I'm one of your brothers. Is there anything like really specific? Here's the deal with me. Ask the question. Okay. If I can answer it or I can channel for it, I will. All right. All right. I love you. Listen, I love you now. Yes. Command center, baby. I'm stoked for the 19th as well. All right. Let's see where you guys are all punching. Mortals. You guys are awesome. Listen, this is comedy. Everyone calm down. I got, I'm going to be nice. All right. Melbourne, Australia. Austria. All right. All right. That's awesome. If I could pick a planet to be in, that's great, Mark. I love you. You and Mike Barra have a lot in common. Illinois, here we go. Tustin, California. Sedona. All right, here we go. Wisco Proud. What up from Indiana, Miami. Love from Calgary, North Carolina. Myrtle Beach, let's go. South Dakota, Chatsworth. Philly's in the house. All right, beautiful. British Columbia. New Zealand, Kansas City, baby. British Columbia, SoCal, baby. Iceland, let's go, Iceland. Look, Destiny Unwoven. Come on now. Now, you change those eyes from, red to gold. All right, let's keep it popping. All right. Cali's in the house. Absolutely. Santa Cruz Mountains, Wisconsin, Texas, Spain. Love you, Adrian. Let's get it. New Mexico. All right. Florida. Tell us about your first memory off-world. I remember a ship. I remember at the center of the ship, there is like, so basically, imagine like a big, I don't know, you want to call it like a planetoid. Like, it's almost like a Dyson sphere, right? But this is a little different because everyone thinks the Dyson sphere has the like, this is what I saw, okay? Big spherical ship, huge. I'm like, I don't know, 1,000 stories high. Everyone's balcony came out towards the center. Like everyone was viewing in, right? That had rooms in this place, or at least my room. And everyone viewed like a tropical garden, waterfalls. It was like you didn't really see your neighbors. Like there was a straight wall here for privacy, and there was so much nature in front of you. Like no one took binoculars to look a half a mile or maybe 2 miles away to where the other balcony was on the other side. I remember what my couch looks like. My favorite robe is blue. My couch was red. Looked like red velvet. I don't know why it's red velvet, but it was red. I had blue, shiny blue robe. Kind of like, hey, maybe that's, hey, listen. Sometimes when I see my hands, when I grab something in a dream, I'll notice that they're very large blue and there's 4 fingers. I think I'm like a full-blown Syrian. Like I'm just here like at work punching in. I know a lot of us, our higher selves, are in when they punch in for work or when they're activating within an avatar. Like imagine you're living on a space station or a holodyne deck. You're an upper dimensional being. You kind of lay down in, in almost like, it looks like a med bed, but it's almost like a tanning bed at a 45-degree angle. You lay down in it, and then basically your consciousness punches down into this place, and then you project into this hologram. You project into your lower selves. You're basically avatar consciousness, dense consciousness. And I think that's the way it operates. I think that many of our higher selves are actually, they could be very far away. Seems like they're right next to you, but they're projecting in from a very far away. Now, there's a gravity A wave and a gravity B wave. And I believe the gravity A wave is instantaneous communication, if I remember that. On planet Earth, we experience gravity B, which is what you're feeling right now with 1G on this planet. But there's a gravity A wave. I think I got that right. If Emery was here, he would be able to correct me. But gravity A wave allows you to speak to anyone in the cosmos this fast. It's instantaneous. So that same technology is used as your upper dimensional selves project into this game. So that's my answer. As it is right now. Orange County, Sarasota, Florida. Turning into Ottawa, baby. Washington State, Austria. All right, let's get it. Anunnaki, baby. Everyone loves little Anunnaki. Little spoiled, little sexy Anunnaki. You know what I mean? Just kind of, cross your T's and dot your I's. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Love you guys. What up, Brisk? Game changing. Let's do it. I'm here for you guys. I want to have fun with you guys. That's all I want to do with you guys. I want to share with each other. I want to build with one another. I don't have any dog in this fight other than I care about you and I guys want you to have the best reality possible because that's what you deserve. And anyone that tells you that, you deserve to be a slave or you deserve to be hypnotized or you deserve to be poisoned, all those people should be removed or beings should be removed off this planet, period. Okay? Let them go, float around on the dark side of the abyss somewhere, way the hell out of here. Just gone. You know what I mean? Bottle them up, ship them off in a bunch of Voss bottles. That's how a lot of these jackasses got here in the first place. Okay? It's a 2-meter glass Voss bottle. And I saw this. Another, you want to hear another memory? Here we go. I'll have to get too on it with you guys, but Anunnaki memories. I remember being on a huge, I've talked about this before, so it's not a big deal, but I remember when I first woke up, I remember my 8D Anunnaki was walking me around this big ship, and it was basically a soul transport ship. I was walking on this metal causeway, and I look up to the left and look right. I was holding his hand, actually. It was like my inner child. He was like almost like his little son, right? I was like, I'm going to bring you to Earth to have an Earth experience because you won't, whatever. I just remember looking left in this one brief moment, and I saw these large glass bottles. Okay, glass bottles that were like, a big, that's like a 1 meter tall glass bottle. Voss bottle is what it looks like, stretched, right, meter tall. And there were more, like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of these bottles. As you're walking down the causeway, I look left And I just saw as high as I could see Voss bottles. Okay. I mean, a mile up and then a mile that way. And as I got close to the glass bottle, a little sphere got close and it morphed into a person's face. And I was like, holy shit, is that a soul? And I just kept walking. I was like, this is gnarly. It's like taking your kid to work day, right? And then I go into the main center of the ship and I just saw storage, like just glass Voss bottles, different transports, weaponry, tank stuff, all this stuff, right? And I thought to myself later, I was like, what was that? So basically when they do I don't know when they do the rotation between planetoids, but imagine when we say soul family, imagine all of us, or I'm just saying imagine a large portion of us were transported from one planet to another. So people always ask, well, how does that happen? I think there really are soul transports or ships that transport you. And you're not aware of it because you're in a stasis program or a conscious program. There's a lot of people right now saying that we are in the waking dream, us Earth. There's a lot of people that say that this is actually a spacecraft, Earth itself. We're all, you know what I mean? Not to go too far down the rabbit hole, but what I'm trying to say is that I know it takes 2 souls to operate an Orion battle tank. Don't ask me how I know that. I know that they, in the future, figured out how to put souls inside of machinery, and those souls operate that machinery as they become I don't know, it's a pretty gnarly thing. I've seen a lot. And I just want you guys to know, with all the data processing that we're all going through, having gone through the Orion Gate Wars, yeah, what do you want to know about it? Okay? Having gone through all this shadow integration, having found my inner child, having worked on my light, having worked on our compassion. These are the things that we do. And I think one of the reasons why we came all the way down to the physical was to get our emotions, our love, and that grounded experience of existence back. Because if some of us came from a very distant future, 750 years plus, all the wingmakers out there, and we see how kind of off the rails it gets. Imagine here 750 years in the future. Okay, it's off the rails. The point is, we want to have a course correction so we stay organic in soul, in our hearts, still have that connection to Mother Gaia and Earth and others. It's just we don't want to get too developed in one direction. We want to stay positive, grounded, and still be like beautiful, just brilliant beings. I don't know how else to say that. So those are some of the things I've seen. Yeah. Prescott Valley. Yep. You're not. Look, we'll help you out of that trauma program. Look, man, you're going to be okay. All right? You're going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Old boys from Rio, Brazil. All right? With that, ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, we all have our drugs and NPCs, man. Hey, stay away from the drugs and don't date an NPC. That's all I can say about that. Carlsbad, baby. You know? So, where are you guys from? Come on. 5G implant? Yeah. Well, that's what they're trying to do with a lot of the thoughts on 5G impacts to our bodies and spirits. Well, there's been a lot of, every single time they roll out technology on this planet, there's usually some sort of weird thing that happens. They, telephone poles, radio waves. A lot of people got sick, Spanish influenza. Like, technology has an equal and opposite part to illness. Look what happened with COVID, with, 4G, 5G, really. So just pay attention to that, okay? We are adapting and evolving and kind of mutating very quickly with that. But, I'd much rather live in an organic, life. Thanks for the laughs. All right, man. Yeah, switch my phone to 4G. So if you guys don't know this, you can go into your settings on an iPhone and you click on your carrier, say it's T-Mobile, you click on that button and it'll say 5G, 5G auto, 5G or 4G LTE. You can manually select 4G LTE. I know I do. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing. Oklahoma. What you guys? Who's on drugs? Don't do drugs. Okay. Listen, Cameron, don't do drugs. All right, man. Transformers. Anything else, you guys? Don't do the drugs. Austin, Texas. Oklahoma. What else? Let's do one more. Let's do one more for you guys. You guys want another card? Give me a thumbs up. Or are you guys good? You guys want some more cards? You tell me. What can we do that the people... We can do Dragon Riders if you want. Listen, I love you guys. I'm just going to say... Some of us are going to be here and we get asked these questions. We're not going to be confused. Like, think about it. In the population, this could be you. Let's pay attention. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. There's X, Y, and Z and these ships and all this stuff coming down. There's going to be a lot of us that are in this, like, what's happening? Now, imagine an older version of yourself is actually in the suit looking at the objects in the physical that actually knows what they are. And even more gnarly is actually been waiting for them. And they're like, yeah, you're about 18 months late, but welcome to the show. What I'm getting to is which older version of you is going to be behind the wheel. Dragons. We'll pull a couple dragon cards and we'll call it, okay? Can you answer Barbara's question? What is it? Copy and paste it. I don't know. You guys are so many comments. I don't know if you guys see what I'm seeing. It's like I'm scrolling for days. Copy and paste Barbara's thing in the bottom. Okay, dragon cards. And you guys, with all that weird stuff with the Voss bottles and all the stuff I saw, I can't control what I saw. I'm just telling you what I saw. I can't control when you drive downtown LA and you look out the window, you can't control what you're seeing through the window. You're just observing. So it's got to be clear, you know. That was just some of the stuff I observed. This is a, can you give names of any beings, groups, or councils who want our attention? Stargate Pearl name. Put your trust in the Andromedans and the Arcturians and obviously the Lyrans. Four Corners needs a lot of work. I recommend the portals at Four Corners and then work your way south if you're very strong or dedicated into New Mexico. The underground system there is heavily polarized. That's a nice way of saying that. All right, for the Dragon Riders, Apparel and Beliza. All right. A fresh wind is blowing into your life. Believe in your divine guidance and recognize all the gifts along your path. Boom. Okay, Rion, do you know the type of technology is the Kaaba black box located in Mecca? I think that has to do with the black sun, guys, and it has to do with Saturn. So they say that the inner sun of this planet, the black sun, I think that that is a reference to the black sun, and I think that's also a reference to Saturn. And, you know, that religion and all the weird shit attached to it. Saturnians, you can look it up. It's not good. Again, not get into that, but yeah, I think that's what it's about. Listen, look at this guy. Listen, look at the... Oh, okay, never mind. No, wait, where'd he go? I like a good cigar and a bad woman, baby. Mark, you know, is that who I think it is as your image? What's the name of that game? That's hilarious. Doolittle cards, black goo. I don't, you know. Let's see here. Take some elderberries. All right, listen. With that, I'm going to pull one more card. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, I show up for you guys. I love you. TeamLightStore.com. Check it out. Sales are like crazy. Big what up to my brother Adam. He got a Fifth Element big capstone in the full set. He's going to light up New Jersey, dude. I'm excited. So you guys, for all your orders, I greatly appreciate it. All right, Rose Myrta and Abundance. Okay. Here we go. Abundance and wealth are now flowing towards you. Prepare to be receptive at every level in order to receive all that awaits you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's for the week coming up. Okay? Abundance is inbound, ladies and gentlemen. I love you guys very, very much. You know, this whole thing, you know, they were saying we're going to get some movement hopefully over the weekend. I don't know if it's going to be, you know, like I said, the window of time between now and Christmas could be sooner or New Year's. But I think there are going to be signs of change in the financials, whether it be gold and silver, exploding more, silver going more to the moon. They can't short it anymore, okay? COMEX is already not, you know, facilitating orders. Then you have the currencies, the different currencies, global currencies. And then you also have the different cryptos. So just pay attention to the ISO 222 cryptos. I think that'll be your safest bet. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys so much. All right. Till next time. Peace.